Okay, folks. So, are you ready to like dive into the history of a brand you probably know pretty well already?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're talking about PepsiCo.
Mm-hmm.
And it might just be a soda and some chips and stuff, right?
Right.
But like, we think about it, it's more than that. I mean, this company has a wild history,
Yeah,
and it's become like this global empire.
it really has.
Yeah, so we're gonna dig into this. We've got some excerpts from this article called PepsiCo, from a simple soda to a global empire. I'm really excited to like uncover some of these stories because I think people
Yeah,
might be surprised.
I think so too. Yeah. There's a lot to it. It kind of tracks with like the history of America itself and, globalization,
Consumerism.
consumerism. Like it's a really fascinating story.
Oh yeah, for sure. So let's go back to the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
1898, we're in North Carolina, and there's this pharmacist named Caleb Bradham,
Okay.
and he comes up with this drink.
Okay.
He calls it Brad's drink.
Brad's drink. Okay.
It was kind of marketed as a health tonic,
Oh.
which is interesting because like that's what a lot of these early sodas were.
Yeah, they were all about, the soda fountains were like a big thing.
Right.
And they were all thought to have, like all these medicinal benefits and stuff.
Yeah, it makes you feel good.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So Branham, he creates this concoction and it becomes Pepsi-Cola in 1903.
Okay.
And right away, they're kind of going head to head with this other brand that's just starting to come up, Coca-Cola.
It's like the original Cola Wars.
I know, it's like you can picture it, right?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I can picture like the old-timey, posters and ads.
Totally.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so they're competing, but then here's where things get crazy. 1923, Pepsi-Cola goes bankrupt.
Oh, wow.
How do you even come back from that?
It's a good question, right? Like most companies, when they go bankrupt, that's kind of the end of the road, right?
You'd think so, right?
Yeah. You would think so. But Pepsi-Cola's story is different and, it's kind of a good lesson. It forced them to rethink things. They got new leadership. They totally redid their marketing. And, maybe that was the key ingredient that they needed to become the powerhouse that they are today.
It's like that failure was like this weird turning point.
Exactly.
Okay, so they come back from bankruptcy, and then boom, in 1965, they merge with Frito-Lay.
Game changer.
That's not just like, oh, we're adding some chips.
Yeah.
This feels like some next level strategy here.
Yeah, it was a brilliant move. They took the soda, the fizz and the sweetness and all that, and they combined it with the crunch of Kips.
Ooh, that's salty crunch.
Yeah. I mean, you've got Lay's, you got Doritos, Cheetos.
Oh, man, I could go for some Doritos right now.
Right. It's like, how do you resist that combo?
You can't.
Right, and that was the idea.
Yeah, and it's like they own everything now. They've got Mountain Dew, Gatorade, Tropicana.
Or Oats, even.
Like you can't escape PepsiCo.
Oh, pretty much. It's amazing how many brands they have under their umbrella.
It's like a snack and drink empire.
It is. And what's even more impressive is that they're all over the globe. They're operating in over 200 countries and territories.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know. And they've figured out a way to keep that core brand identity, but also, tailor things to local tastes.
So it's like the same but different everywhere you go.
Right, exactly.
And, they haven't been afraid to change things up, too, like with healthier options.
Yeah.
Like Naked Juice or Kavita.
That's a good point. Any business that wants to stay on top has to adapt.
Yeah.
And PepsiCo's done a great job at, evolving and responding to trends and innovating.
Yeah, and speaking of like keeping things exciting, like their marketing is legendary.
Oh, yeah.
The Pepsi generation, come on.
Classic.
And then those Super Bowl halftime shows.
Oh, yeah.
Beyonce, Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
Britney Spears. I mean,
It's like a who's who of pop culture.
it's wild. And they were the first American product to be sold in the Soviet Union during the Cold War.
That's right. I mean, that speaks volumes about their global influence.
And they bartered Pepsi for vodka.
Can you imagine?
Like that's a movie right there.
It is. It's amazing.
Okay, so back to business. PepsiCo's huge today. I mean, they bring in like over $86 billion a year.
That's a lot of soda and chips.
Right. And 23 of their brands are what they call billion-dollar brands,
Wow.
which means each one of those makes over $1 billion in sales.
That's mind-blowing.
It's crazy. And they're not just about making money. They're also, they're committed to sustainability and minimizing their environmental impact.
Well, that's good to hear. Big corporations, they have a responsibility to act responsibly.
Absolutely. Okay, so fun fact time. Did you know PepsiCo once owned Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, and KFC?
Whoa. What?
Yeah, it's true. They spun them off in 1997, But still,
That's wild, a fast food empire within a beverage and snack empire.
right? Yeah. And here's another one. In 1989, they did this trade deal and briefly became like the sixth largest military power in the world.
How is that even possible?
They got a fleet of Soviet warships.
Okay.
Nope. Traded Pepsi for warships.
That's incredible. I mean, it really shows you how far their reach goes, you know,
Yeah.
beyond just like borders and even political systems.
It's crazy. So yeah, PepsiCo's journey it's pretty amazing. I mean, it shows how you can overcome setbacks. You know,
Yeah.
you can embrace change, you can constantly innovate,
Totally.
and that's what leads to like, lasting success.
I think that's a great takeaway.
But I want to know what you think.
Yeah.
What do you think is like PepsiCo's most impactful innovation? I mean, they've done so much.
It's a good question.
Yeah. And like, what do you think the future holds for this giant? I mean, where do they go from here? I guess those are some things to think about while you're sipping on your next Pepsi.
Yeah, I'll definitely be pondering that.
All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you next time for another deep dive.
Sounds good.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.